You are qualified. You are hardworking. But somehow your career isn't taking off. What if I told you the problem might be as simple as how you communicate? Today, I'm sharing 6 communication mistakes that could be sabotaging your success in Canadian workplaces and exactly how to fix them. So, let's go. Let's start with the biggest one, being too direct. Now, I know this might sound confusing because Canadians are direct, but they are diplomatically direct. So instead of saying something like, that's wrong, they might say something like, that's an interesting perspective, but here is how I see it. They are still disagreeing, but they are softening the blow. Common mistakes that I see. Um, Jumping straight to no, that won't work, giving orders instead of making requests, or missing subtle cues when someone disagrees. Try what I call Canadian softeners, like, would you mind if, is it okay if we reconsider this? Or something like, that's an interesting perspective, but here is how I see it. Remember that Canadians are low context communicators. They do say what they mean, but they wrap it in politeness. Master this skill and you will automatically start sounding more Canadian. Now, here is where many newcomers go wrong. They think being polite means being passive. Wrong. Canadians expect you to contribute and speak up. Just do it respectfully. And here is what I mean. Instead of saying, you always interrupt me, say it like, I feel interrupted whenever I speak. See the difference? You are actually addressing the issue without attacking the person. Here is your assertiveness toolkit. Use I statements. I believe we should consider this instead of you need to do this. Calm and steady tone. No raised voices. Steady eye contact and posture. So your arms uncrossed, lean in slightly. And always preface with appreciation. Thanks for your perspective. And I wonder if we could also add, it is not about changing who you are. It is about packaging your ideas in a way that Canadians can receive them easily. Okay, let's talk emails because a poorly written one can literally kill opportunities before they even start. Here is your email toolkit. Subject line, be specific. Say something like Q2 budget report instead of just report. Greetings. Stay professional and formal until you know their preference. So saying something like, Hi John or Dear Miss Smith. Body copy. Get to the point quickly, but use words like please and thank you. And closing could be thank you, sincerely, best regards, etc. But here is the game changer, response time. Even if you can't answer an email completely immediately, send a quick acknowledgement. Say something like, got it, thanks, I'll get back to you by Friday. Canadians see this as respectful. So, never leave an email unanswered. Even a brief, thanks for letting me know, shows professionalism. Meetings. Meetings in Canada have their own rhythm. And if you don't understand it, you might stick out, and not in a good way. First, arrive 5 to 10 minutes early for meetings. Meetings usually start with a small talk, talking about the weather, weekend plans, sports, etc. Do not skip this because this is where and how you build relationships. During a meeting, everybody gets a voice, irrespective of their rank, and silence here might be misinterpreted as disengagement. Wait for your turn because interrupting is considered rude. Stay calm if disagreement arises because Canadians tone it down rather than getting into heated arguments. And finally, back up your points with data, not just opinions. Here are some more phrases that might come in handy during meetings. Saying something like, can we revisit this idea? Perhaps we should explore another option. Or I would like to build on Sarah's points. Show you are listening by nodding and paraphrasing, saying something like, if I understand correctly, you are suggesting this. Here is something that surprises many newcomers, how feedback works in Canada. So when receiving feedback, keep this in mind. Canadian managers often mix positives with negatives. They'll always talk about something positive before sharing improvements. It's usually given in private, not in public. Listen carefully and openly and say something like, thank you so much for pointing that out. Stay open, ask clarifying questions instead of getting defensive. When giving feedback, always ask first, would you be open to some feedback here? Focus on the actions and not the person. So say something like, the sheet was unclear in certain areas, and not saying you are unclear. And finally, use I or we statements when offering solutions. So saying something like, we should try adding more details in here. Here is a two-step formula to decode Canadian feedback. Canadian feedback usually comes in two steps. Step one, what's working well? Here is where they'll share positives or anything that they liked in your work, presentation, project, etc. And second step is even better if. Here is where they will add suggestions that might make your work, project, presentation better. Your words might be perfect, but if your body language is off, you are still sending out the wrong signals. Here are a few things to keep in mind. Making regular eye contact. And whenever you make the eye contact, staying there for at least 2 to 3 seconds. Open posture. That means no closed arms. Gentle nod to show that you are listening. Natural hand movements with open palms. And finally, maintaining an arm's length distance when you are talking to somebody in person. If you are on your phone while talking to somebody or you are looking away, this shows disengagement and disrespect. Remember that Canadians read into non-verbal cues a lot. A gentle smile and an attentive posture comes across as being professional. Let's do a quick recap. Use diplomatic directness with Canadian softeners. Practice polite assertiveness, being firm but respectful. Master email etiquettes and response times. Understand meeting culture and participate appropriately. Give and receive feedback the Canadian way. And finally, match your body language with your words. Pick any of this to focus on this week. Maybe it's adding softeners to your language or changing and improving on your email responses. Small changes bring big impact. And remember, adapting your communication style is not about losing your authenticity. It's about being understood and valued for this brilliant professional that you are. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.